Yeah, about to get this thing started. That's right. LeIllKid at OneYoungsta holding it down, bringing that street geek and nerd soul. What is up, my people? Today, all year, coming with another wonderful episode of That's Right on Screen, Star Trek Discovery, episode 10. Terra Firma Part 2. I want to give a big shout out to people in the chat early. Captain RGD. We're going to talk about your question a little bit later. And big shout out to everybody who has been hanging and riding with me for a minute. Here's the deal. Here's what I want you to do. I'm gonna pose this question because I've been thinking about doing a end of the year show. You know what I'm saying? Doing a show like, kind of either Q&A or something to that extent. Basically just chronicling the year of NERDSoul and, what we've been doing, things that have been going on, period. Let me know what kind of show what you'd like to see in that show. Going in DM me and IG, you know what I'm saying? Or, of course, at that NERDSoul on Twitter. That's right, at that NERDSoul. And we'll see what we're going to put in the show. You know what I'm saying? And we'll do that show sometime after Christmas and before the New Year. We'll do, you know what I'm saying? I'll answer whatever questions y'all have to a certain degree, you know what I'm saying? Keep it tasteful, but we'll have some fun. So, with that said, are we having fun with this show? Yes, sir. Big shout out to last week, Mr. Black Culture, who came in, dropped some dimes, and also, I cannot remember the other username that also dropped some knowledge too. But this week, I want to know how you feel about the closing of the Terra Firma, I guess, storyline to a certain degree, and how where your mind is on that one. How you feeling in that piece. Because this episode was emotional. It was beautiful in a lot of ways. And it seemed so jam-packed with tons of content in it in a way where I wasn't expecting to not only wrap up Terra Firma, but also to get to see Carl again, and then also go back to the Discovery on our side. We got a good amount of stuff to get into. So I would be remiss without mentioning the fur cape. Your girl had a fur cape on with the gold shoulders. Yo, look, let me tell you how smooth Giorgio is with the Emperor. Yo, son, not the gold. Come on now. The gold shoulders with the fur? Man, look. Yo. They fashion be on another level, yo. You got fur capes, my dude. You can't beat that. So I love the fashion on this. I've always liked the Terra side and everything. And then I also liked how we got to see Crazy Tilly again. But I wish, Giorgio would have checked her when she was like, on my ship. First thing, you ain't got nothing I ain't give to you. All right? You don't got no ship. You happen to be here. You don't own this ship. I don't remember you paying for this. Is your name on the lease? You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is don't be too quick to be calling this ship my ship. It ain't your ship. All right? It belongs to the Empire, which belongs to me. I'm allowing you to borrow this ship in just a moment. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. But shouts to Mr. Black Culture. Nice to see you. You know what I'm saying? Nice to have you up in here. How'd you feel about this episode? You know what I'm saying? And then also real quick, I wanted to touch on the moment on the Terra side where Michael spit in Giorgio's face. I was like, oh, because that was a real spit. That won't special effects. That was real spit. Man, look, I'm just saying, we gonna have to get this in one take. All right, we ain't gonna be doing 4 or 5 takes of spitting in my face. All right, all I'm saying is I know we acting, but let's act accordingly. That's all I'm saying. Cause she spit in her face for real. That was a whole. You could see the globlets on the screen. It was like, wow, all up in the face. But I mean, look. she crazy Michael Burnham. So you gotta let that flow. You gotta let it flow with it, because when you crazy and you want to murder everybody, then spitting on nobody ain't that bad. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I guess it's nicer than stabbing somebody in the neck. We'll get to later. Mr. Black Culture says, love the action. Triple OG Philippa Giorgio got a soft heart. Yes. Let's go ahead and talk about Motherly Giorgio. Seeing her knowing that she's fighting against the tide, knowing she's fighting against the tide, using what she can to kind of try and still be mean, but bring her back into the fold. And I guess knowing that it was basically it was, it was futile. The girl was going to turn on it anyway. It was no choice. But even, Carla at the end said she tried. And seeing Motherly Giorgio was nice. You see her, she tries to, get her in the agonizer. Then she goes, we see her kind of recounting the moments when she was younger, and you see that love on her face and in her body posture and stuff. And then even later when she's like, hey, I'm glad that you come back into the fold, and I can trust you now, even though she was like, I don't trust you, but she was like, I can trust you now. And then unfortunately, even when she had to, hit her with the sword, like, swing it, there was that love there. And to tie it all together at the end, saying that she's just as worthy to be a captain as Saru, and seeing the tears on her face, that really drove home how much I think even she wanted another shot when she came over to our side. So what I mean is, like, when we meet her in season 1, she's already killed Michael Burnham on her side. And of course, Michael Burnham, Giorgio's already dead on her side. I think Michael needed her just as much as she needed Michael. But of course, the whole time she played like, I don't care about you. I hope you dead too. So just seeing how her love was displayed in her actions, the fireflies, the actions, even when, kind of realizing she had to take Michael down, and then the tears at the end, we finally saw tears from this woman. I was just like, this is it. Y'all doing some acting up in here, man. Y'all got a show. Come on. So I loved everything about Philippa Giorgio this episode. I do want to pause for the cause, though, because we got a question I want to throw out to everybody from Captain RGD, which is, our 15 episodes, is a 15 episode season better than a 26 or 28? And I guess 24 as well, which was kind of like the standard network season. For me, it doesn't matter. If it's good, it's good. 15 episodes, 5 episodes, 20 episodes. If it's good, it's good. The problem with a lot of, and because of course we're talking in generalities. So the problem with a lot of those longer seasons and network episodes, when it comes to serialized television, like what we're watching with Star Trek Discovery, is you get a lot of filler. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, you wasted episodes just to reach your kind of like obligated network episode count instead of making good television. And I think a show that handled this extremely well was the Ghost Rider / LMD season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Of course, it was a long season because it was network, so it was like 24 episodes or whatever, but they broke the season into 2 parts, and then those 2 parts technically into 2 parts. And then you brought in the beginning, in the end of the second part of the second half, we brought in elements of the first part of the first half again. And I love that. I enjoyed that a lot. And I think that's a smart way to get around having such a long season and, without kind of doing a bunch of fillery stuff. But at the same time, that's also the best season of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and all the other seasons have not reached that level of dopeness. So I think you can do it like that. If you say, all right, who else used to do? Star Wars Clone Wars, the animated series used to do it like that. So you could say, all right, we got 24 episodes. In 24 episodes, how about we tell 3 stories that connect to one main story? But unfortunately, in shows like certain seasons of Supernatural, even though I got love for Supernatural, it went away this year, and now it's just like I was happy to see it go. I mean, not happy to see it go like I hate the show, but just happy to see it go. You know, it's off, it's done, and it's complete. But there were many times where you try to tell this overarching story, and then you have the situation where the story kind of falls apart because you're so busy trying to do these side missions instead of having like 3 minor stories for your main story, and then you can stay focused. There were a lot of seasons that were unfocused. So back to the point of the 15 or 24 or 26 or 28, it really doesn't matter to me. If you were to say what I think is my favorite, yeah, Mr. Black Culture Dean died. But you know what? It was nice. The way he died, it was, you know, we were cool with it. We weren't hurt. We were like, you know what, we're all right. And I'd say if I had to pull a favorite, I like how FX does 10 episodes, because 10 is just I like the number 10. 10 is just like, it's nice, even, there it is. But I think a 10 episode season is fresh. But if you were a 24 episode show, what I would do is say, okay, we technically have 2 seasons where we have an episode at the beginning to set up, 2 episodes in the middle to transition, and 1 episode at the end as an epilogue. That's how I would run it if I was to write something or do like a main story by kind of situation. But anyway, back to the show. That's Stress Free K. What's up? So I like they spend lots of money on less episodes than tons more. Yeah, thank you. That's another good thing. So big shouts out to Stress Free K coming through. And thank you, Captain, for coming through with that question. Thank you for that one. Got a chance to flesh that out. So thanks for that. Now I want to get back to the Terra side. So we put Michael in the brig, right? And they said they was going to give her some food, right? 1 slice of bread is not food. Because they were like, she was like, I tried to feed her. Like, it was a piece of bread. You know what I'm saying? You can't give 1 slice. Apparently, they got Sunbeam on the other in the other universe. Because when they put that bread down, I was like, that King Loaf they got right there? They're putting a slice off that King Loaf? Oh, shouts out to y'all. Much love to y'all if you know what that King Loaf is. You know what I'm saying? If you know what that King Loaf is, you know the struggle. You know what I'm saying? You know you try to get as many slices as possible. You try to get as many slices as possible. You know what I'm saying? Ketchup running all through the bread. Ain't holding on to the jelly properly. You know what I'm saying? You get peanut butter and jelly sandwich just disappearing in front of you. But you know what I'm saying? Them King Loafs got you through though. You know what I'm saying? But back to the whole, I'm like, yo, 1 slice of bread? 1? Not even, you could have gave her like a standard like bologna sandwich or something. I mean, bologna ain't the greatest, but you're a criminal anyway. You know what I'm saying? You in the brig. Criminals can take a little bit of bologna. But you just got 1 slice of bread. They ain't put no like barbecue sauce on the bread. They ain't trying to, nah, it was just bread. Right? So I did think that was funny. I was just like, force feed you? Force feed you what? A piece of bread? So, hey man, it's rough out there. When you're trying to be evil, I mean, I guess you gotta step up your food tactics too. I did want to touch on the moment where they were talking about the coalition against Philippa Georgiou and the Empire in general. They hate the Empire when they said that the Klingons and the Romulans were getting together. Like, they hate you. You know what I'm saying? They hate you. They ain't even just like, you know what, she kind of gets on my nerves. Nah, they want you gone. I was like, Romulans and Klingons? Dang. Y'all on another level. But I did want to, yeah, Mr. Black Culture says she in prison doing, yo, speaking of that, tangent real quick. Why is it whenever someone in jail on TV or in a movie, yo, they go straight to training, son. They be like, you be seeing them doing pull-ups on the joint, you know what I'm saying? Be doing push-ups on bars, be doing calisthenics, they be doing yoga. And like, come on, man, look. If you in jail, you don't be doing it. You don't got that much energy because you ain't eating up a bread. Where you getting all this energy to do all this exercising? But through that, we saw not only her love for Michael, but her love for the crew in general. As we saw Michael kind of, get rid of all the co-conspirators, you saw kind of her face and her reaction when everyone else was killed. You saw her care for Saru, or the Saru on their side, and how she explained to him, like, no, you don't have to die. You lock yourself away, and you'll be okay, and you'll make it through, and you'll be changed and everything. And just talking about how you survive to live, to honor them, and how you teach more to avenge them and stuff like that. And you see that this woman is truly changed, even though, because we're always seeing her in our universe. So we're like, yo, man, Giorgio crazy. But then when she go back to the other universe, you're like, yo, honestly, she's changed a lot. She really has turned around, and she's a different woman. And I love her for that. I'm glad she was able to realize how much she had changed and even try to make the empire better for the world around it. And I gotta commend her for that. You know what I'm saying? I gotta show her some love for that. I love that. Those moments with Saru were really dope. And I really enjoyed that, for real. So let's talk about Carl. Good old Carl, boy. A stress-free case says, I'm not so sure using an agonizer is the best way to show one's love. Reminds me of pulling off a switch. Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Remember, everybody wanted her dead, and she wanted to go back and do it without killing her. So, like, yeah, we got to use the agonizer, but this is how you show love and care in this world. So she's doing the best she can to just keep the girl alive. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, the agonizer ain't best, but at least you ain't dead. You know what I'm saying? You want to be dead, or do you want to use the agonizer? You know what I'm saying? Which one you want? Man, but yeah, I feel you. You know what I'm saying? It's not the best show of love, but in the universe that they're in, it's the best love you're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they're having literal like death matches in the hallways, my dude. Yo, old boy almost got whooped up. But let's talk about Carl. I like that character. And now we find out that he is the guardian of forever, which is a vague title. Nice and vague for Star Trek. Nice and vague. But honestly, I do enjoy that character. I enjoy the wisdom that he put down for Michael, that he put down for Giorgio. And we saw that, he was kind of in a position to make a sort of godly like decision, because he said, I had to weigh you, and kind of like, please forgive me, the God that weighs your heart in a feather. Please forgive me. And I'm not trying to disrespect anyone's religion or following or anything like that, but the God that weighs your heart against a feather. When he said I had to weigh you and kind of like your decisions, I really was like, oh, okay, all right. So he already knew how to heal her, but he wanted to make sure she was worth healing, because then we learned that whole, the quantum wars or whatever, the time rip wars or whatever, I can't remember the name. Y'all guys will let me know. He was like, they used me to do that. You know what I'm saying? Or using his power, his doorways, whatever, to do that. And I love that we got to see a little remorse even on his end, when he was like, yo, they kind of used me, and I wasn't able to, I guess, effectively stop them or change it or whatever. So I guess with this, he's like, I found a way to kind of decide if you are different now. And she said is the effect is the same, but he was like, no. Yes, Michael still died. Yes, you had to kill her, but you didn't kill her the way you killed her. You didn't kill her the way you killed her the first time. You wanted to save her. You had compassion. You had love. You tried to change the course of the empire. You did that from a place of, I guess, care and commitment to the people that you've spent so much time with on this side. And that means something. That matters. And I know a lot of times people are like, intent versus impact. And I think a lot of times people want to throw away intent due to impact. And don't get me wrong, impact is very important. But when you look at intent, we can also realize in Carl's situation, is this person worthy of another chance, of another opportunity? Because yes, impact matters. And you can do something and really hurt someone's feelings. But if y'all sit down and you're like, yo, man, that I was trying to do this. I really, I genuinely, care for you, whatever, or I never do this or whatever. Then you can find out, all right, cool. You messed up. You hurt me, but you don't have to be out of my life now, no more. You don't have to be held at arm's length because this isn't what you wanted to do. You just screwed up, but your intention was not to hurt me. And I think a lot of times we just take impact and run with it instead of looking at intent. And we see Giorgio so fixated on the impact, and Carl like, no, but there's also intent. It's not, impact doesn't survive in a bubble. You know what I'm saying? You don't have impact without intent. So we have to figure out what the intent was. And is someone worthy of forgiveness for that? Is the intent forgivable? You know what I'm saying? You have to, like he said, you have to weigh that stuff. So I thought that was a good moment between them. And seeing them kind of wrap up that storyline, and I guess at the same time, setting her up to have her own story with the I can't remember the name of the Black Ops. You know what I'm saying? We set that up for another story with just her. So that's cool. But yeah, I thought that was nice. And like Mr. Black Culture said, yeah, redemption. You know what I'm saying? Get that redemption. Every now and then people deserve redemption. We can't. We do have to make sure, and this is on a real note, outside of Star Trek or Star Wars or whatever other show you're watching, whether it's sci-fi related or drama. We do have to figure out a way to live with one another without always dumping on each other emotionally, and to do a better job of seeing if someone can be redeemed before we throw them out or away. Big shout out to Stress Free K, says looks like Disco is trying to make the entire mirror universe more redeemable. Well, without the mirror universe, I actually don't mind it being crazy, because now we know, at least that I can think of, that there's more than one, I think. And shouts to Section 31, that's what it is, Star Trek Black Ops, yeah. So Section 31 show, I am super up for it, so I'm definitely down. And I dig the way they handled that moment with Carl and Giorgio to kind of like end off their energy and everything, and off their conversation. I thought that was cool. But we had a little baby bit of work on the ship. We go back to Adira and Stamets, and we get a little bit of Jet? And like dealing with trying to get the subspace communication and all that stuff, and making sure that they can hear the ship that they're getting the signal from, and can they download and hack the internals and get the information and all that. And you got Book come through. Book's like, yo, I done read all the manuals, you know what I'm saying, what y'all need. And it's like, yo, I didn't know he was gonna come through with the clutch, son. Book came through, yo, Book for the win. He got the brother ship, which is the illest ship out in them streets, 2, he also read both books mad easy. 3, he was also able to reference those books. 4, he also told Jay, he like, yo, you can't eat that in here. It was cool. Adir also said like, yo, you can't eat in here. Jay was like, since food is candy. So I love Jet, Adira, Stamets. Those guys together are perfect. And then seeing Stamets be like, well, if I had the emerald chain, he was like, you could just say thank you. It was like, she was like, yo, if he tried to say thank you, he'd probably like combust. So I thought that was cool too. Shouts to Tony Fleming says, book was like, y'all ain't know you could boost the subspace? He was like, oh, y'all ain't read y'all own books? So that was dope. That was cool, man, for real. I enjoyed that nice little banter to show how much of a real crew they are, man. They're like a family, which follows over to when they're all together, kind of remembering Giorgio for the good times and the bad times, and all you get that feeling like they were a family. You know what I'm saying? I love that. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Black Culture says next he gonna be dropping science on the origins of the black man and the woman in space. Yep. Yo, check this, peep this. Book gonna be like, see, y'all don't know. The black man is the original man. You know what I'm saying? The original black man. And on December 21st, and on December 21st, we're gonna get our powers and we're gonna rise as one. You know what I'm saying? And our powers are gonna activate on the 21st of December, and all y'all gonna see how powerful we are with the melanated force of the blackness. Oh man. So yeah, it's cool. It's cool seeing him do his thing, kill it. You know what I'm saying? He's fitting right in a very good way. Tony Fleming says, hi, $50, I'll make sure y'all can transport anywhere. Future Comcast guy. Man, Stress-Free K says, book is helping Vance see the colonial ways of Starfleet caused it to get too big and implode. Yeah, so let's talk about Vance. I wanted to save him for the last thing. Question, do y'all trust Vance? This is the last thing I'll ask y'all before I leave. Do you trust Vance? You know what I'm saying? Do you trust him? Do you know what I'm saying? Do you think that you can trust Vance? You know what I'm saying? Because the conversation with Vance, Saru, and Book definitely seemed, for a second, I was like, is Vance Emerald Chain on the low? I was like, I don't know if I trust that dude. Like every time, the problem is every time we have an interaction with Vance, I trust him less. That's a problem. And I know this is a TV show, and I know we got to go through the motions. But somebody has got to say this on the show, too. Someone has got to pull Saru aside and be like, yo, do we really trust this guy? Like, for real, do we trust him? You know what I'm saying? Like, someone has got to ask this question. Someone has got to, like, yeah, and like Stress-Free K says, even Saru is now hesitating sharing everything with Vance. Yes, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, I don't know how I feel about your boy Vance, man. I think Vance is Emerald Chain on the low. If we got the information, why would you be so mad that we had to use Emerald Chain technology? Why would you be so mad about that? Like, Mr. Black Culture said he may be a deception in the story. I feel like I don't trust him. I haven't trusted him since he came on the scene. Now, have there been moments where I was like, oh yeah, he had a good moment between him and Saru. He dropped some knowledge on him, but I don't trust him. Like I wouldn't turn my back on him. Not unless, we were in like a well-populated area and, then not one-on-one though. I just feel like Vance, I think Vance is in bed with Osira and not in bed with her sexually, but in bed with her, like, this is how we control the galaxy or the universe. I'll control the good guys, you control the bad guys, kind of thing. Because I don't know, man. Just come on. Something's dirty about him, right? He's dirty. Like, it's just something. I don't like it. I don't like it. So Stress Free says, seems like the Federation could have taken out Osira a long time ago. Thank you. Thank you. After that instance with Bookship versus Osira's flagship, and Bookship kind of like hobbled it off, it makes me wonder how 30, did they say there were like 38 ships or something like that? I can't remember how many ships. They don't have a lot of ships, but they have enough to take down that one, maybe, unless Osira has like, I don't know, 462 other ships that we don't know about. But I feel like Osira is a very small problem. And especially after seeing how Bookship kind of took her joint to the rack with just Detmer flying solo. Come on, man. Something don't add up. You know what I'm saying? You got to make it make sense for me, Vance. Like, how? Now, of course, you could say, well, we were also trying to run mercy missions here and there for food and medical supplies and blah, blah, blah. But I feel like you could have sent 2 ships out on a hunting mission, take care of Osira, and it could have been done by now. It's been years, my dude. Years. Shouts to Tony Fleming says his character is awesome, but he act like the deer that makes you make sure you never see the dope room. Stretch Free K says, I think they got 30 planets in the Federation, down from 300 plus before the burn. Yeah, but how many ships do you have? I know they got enough ships to have handled Osira, especially if Bookship alone handled Osira. Come on, man. Like, this, it ain't adding up for me. I feel like, I don't know. I feel like he, little sneaky, a little too sneaky for me. You know what I'm saying? A little too sneaky. Then also, this whole thing with the song, everybody knowing the song. I know we're getting closer to the burn, but he act like he still don't know nothing. Keep your eye on Vance. So with that said, love this episode, digging it. I'm ready. I know now we are going to be a fast track to the finale. Also tomorrow we have the finale of The Mandalorian. Come through, roll through. You know what? I might do a midday stream for that tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I might do a midday stream on Mandalorian tomorrow. We got time. You know what I'm saying? Why not? You know what I'm saying? We can talk Mandalorian and have a fun time for all. But with that said, of course, NERDSoul, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all them places. Do I love the show? Of course. Do you love loving the show with me? Of course. So hit that thumbs up button. If not, hit that thumbs down button. If you hit that thumbs down button, I'm going to send Vance after you. And all you're going to be wondering is if you can trust that dude. Then podcast, if you want to listen, just search up NERDSoul. It's right there. And on top of that, don't forget Spotify for that music, because your boy got them jams. NRAM asked me if I'm going to do the stand. I've been wondering about that. Okay, let's talk about this for a second. Mr. Black Culture says free Baby Yoda / Grogu, aka Lil G. Yo, Lil G, I love that name. All right, so the stand. I watched the first episode. I'm wondering if I want to cover it. There's things that I like, things that I don't like. Yo, Whoopi Goldberg's makeup. I was like, come on, man. Come on, y'all can't do this when y'all got Star Trek Discovery. Come on, man. But all right, so The Stand. I'm wondering, because I did watch it. I have thoughts. I'm wondering. You know what? I'm wondering. I might cover The Stand. I never watched the old series, and I never read the book, because every time I wanted to read the book, it was so long. I was just like, I can't do that. But now the show isn't too bad. You know what? Maybe I'll do The Stand on like Instagram or something like that. Maybe I'll do that. It'll be a lot more, you know what I'm saying, personal. We could chill, kick it, have a good time, Instagram live, and just do it maybe I'll do it on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that'll be easier. You know what I'm saying? A little kick it. You know what I'm saying? Because I got some thoughts, but you know what I'm saying is the stand. I'm worried. I'm worried about the stand. But see, is it better than Under the Dome? I never watched Under the Dome, so I'm not sure. And Expanse is another one I'm way behind on. So unfortunately, I'm not covering it. But I'm gonna have to find out who is covering it for y'all guys. There's got to be somebody dope covering it. The stand though, first impressions, I'm sort of on board. I'm willing to see where it goes. I will say one thing. That joint got me scared about this. Got me scared about this vaccine. Yo. Yo. The stand gonna make sure you be like, I don't know about this vaccine, bro. Yes, Tony Fleming. I have heard that the Expanse is dope. So it's on Amazon Prime, right? Is it on Amazon Prime, Expanse? Because if it is, I can watch it. You know what I'm saying? I got that. Your boy got that. So with that said, the stand maybe on YouTube, maybe on Instagram Live, maybe on both. I don't know yet. I'll figure it out, or maybe not. I don't know. I don't know, man. Because I'm scared. I feel like this might, but you know what? It's a limited series. So you know what? Maybe. We'll see. Tomorrow, we'll probably know for sure. But guys, holla at me. I'm going to holla at you down in the comments. Thank you for rolling through. Stand maybe. Mandalorian definitely tomorrow. And until next time, this is from me to you just saying peace. And I'm going to leave y'all with some Arcatron. That's right. That ARCKATRON.com. Because he got them beats. What? Yeah. What?